Hey, what's up? This is Jason Drone from Done For You. This is GSD Daily episode 50. So we are halfway to 100, which is fantastic. I actually just saw this morning that we broke 100 members in our group, in our DFY Funnels group, which is fantastic. I'll drop the link here, actually, which I'm pretty excited about. I mean, I think that is pretty awesome. So let's see, drop in the link. All right, so here's the link to our funnel group. So make sure to sign up for that. And the content, the stuff we're going to talk about today is how to build a sales pipeline. So this is the original post that we wrote, a while ago. And then from there, we're going to just talk about some tools, some strategies, all that stuff. So first of all, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Jason Drone. I'm creator of doneforyou.com. I have been building funnels for a very, very long time for a lot of different niches and categories and everything. We really specialize in creating offers, automating sales funnels, and kind of clarifying messages, and then also setting up marketing automation and running traffic. So creating offers, and basically building the sales system that powers the rest of it. It's what we are really, really good at. It's what we do. So today we're kind of capping off the high ticket week. So earlier in this week, we talked about selling high ticket offers. We talked about selling on Zoom presentations. We were joined by my friend named Patch. We talked about, selling, basically yesterday we talked about doing conditional logic forms so that you are only, working with the people and only basically pitching the people who make the most sense for you and your offer. And what you're able to do then is, based on how they answer certain questions, they will see, a certain result. Like, maybe they see a calendar booking, or if they answer a question a little bit differently, then they go off down a different rabbit hole, so that's, kind of the power behind the applications and stuff. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the tricks to effective sales pipeline management. Now, I know that sounds like a mouthful, but, basically what it is there's some rules that I follow when we're looking at putting sales funnels in place and putting sales pipelines in place for clients, and so those rules, what it really comes down to is that there are three pieces to every sales pipeline out there. The high ticket ones, the low ticket ones, whatever. The pipeline itself, the funnel itself, the system itself, whatever you want to call, your sales system. You boil it down to basically traffic, your offer, and your follow-up. So your offer is the thing you are pitching. Whether it's a coaching service or consulting or a digital product or whatever. And for purposes of this week, our offer is above $1,000, because if you're charging something that is more than $1,000, chances are you're going to be getting on a sales call with this person at some point, unless there is tremendous bonding and relationship that has happened, over the course of a long time through email, or over the course of like a long live stream, or a multi-day event, or, so there's a tremendous relationship that needs to be built whenever you're selling something over $1,000. So that is one of the things about the sales pipeline management piece is the offer is crucial. And if the offer is above $1,000, you're going to have a certain kind of pipeline. That pipeline involves some certain follow-ups. So where to start? Basically when we're looking at how to put together this pipeline, we're looking first at the offer. So what is it are we selling? Is it coaching? Is it consulting? Is it a digital product, membership site? What are the pieces and components of it? What are the live pieces of it. Like, what does our client or the client's team or whatever have to fulfill one-on-one? Like if it's a live event, which we don't really have too many, we don't have any live events now, live physical events. We have, of course, live digital events. So if it's a live event, having the creator, the business owner, put on that live event, and then, it needs to be a big enough room that it makes sense for them, and so on and so forth. So if your thing is lower than $1,000, or you're pitching like a strategy session or a consultative sales call, which is what we talked this entire week about, then you can have a little application that shows up under a sales page. So you saw an example of that. We went through this application system. We call these the fully qualified lead video sales letters. So we go through this kind of an application system for all of our services. So yesterday we talked about this conditional. So that auto plays. So we found that out a couple times yesterday. But we walked through how this conditional logic application actually works to qualify our prospects for us. And then we added a couple variables in here so you could see a couple different scenarios. So if you go back to yesterday's live stream, you'll see all that. But so basically we have a sales video, a VSL with an application below it. They fill out the application, they get sent to our calendar, and they can book a time on our calendar, so they can schedule a call with us. Now, of course, you have kind of a different version of this, which is rather than a sales video, you can put them on a webinar, an automated webinar. And the call to action on that automated webinar to get them into a consultative sales call is going to be click the button below to sign up for strategy session. So it's very much the same thing. They're going to go and apply. They're going to actually click the button below or type a URL into their browser, and then they're going to go and apply in a page. Sometimes, we talked about some of the software yesterday for that too. Wufoo, Typeform, Jotform. But ideally, we want to tie that into the CRM. So, and then that kicks over into your pipeline. So that's where it all comes back around. I mean, this you have your sales piece is set up front, and you have your offer, but then the pipeline is all of it. The pipeline is how people are moving through getting to know you. They're signing up for a call, then they're scheduling a call, then they're getting on the call, and then they're leaving, or they're being pitched, or they're being proposed. So that's the idea behind this sales pipeline management piece. Now, your pages, the pages of the sales funnel, there are all kinds of ways to set up pages for a sales funnel. Our preferred way is using WordPress and a plugin, a theme, engine, I guess, template system, I guess, called OptimizePress. That's how most of our clients are set up. There are lots of other ways to do it. There's lead pages and click funnels, and everybody and their brother has some sort of a page builder or a template builder or a funnel builder. It really just depends on whether you want to pay monthly, for it or not, or what kind of proficiency you have in it. So, but the marketing pages themselves, they're inconsequential. You just have to have them, and they have to convert. So some pages convert better than others. We have our own set of pages that we always use for controls, and they always work really well. So it's just something you gotta think about. Now, the follow-up campaigns that go after, again, very, very important piece of the sales pipeline management is they come in, they schedule a call with you. What happens after the call? So what happens after they receive the proposal? What happens after they don't receive a proposal? Like they set up a call and they're not a great fit. What happens then? Do they, get emails in your nurture campaign, and you try to bring them back at a later date when they are probably more qualified, or do you just let them go? So you have to think about all the scenarios of follow-up too. Your sales guy, or if you are pitching this person, in your pipeline, then what happens next? Do they have template emails that go out to this person? Do they drop them in a CRM and then it goes out afterwards, with some blog posts or whatever? Or do you just kind of let the lead die? So like for us, like in our pipelines or sales funnels, we continue sending them all lists until they, or not lists, but sending them blog posts and podcasts and like videos like this, the occasional book offer, the occasional offer. But we don't ever stop, and there are times that people will come back and do business with us like 6 years later. So, you shouldn't stop once you start building the list, and once you start cultivating the relationship with those prospects, and once you start, setting up the sales pipeline that works, then that's how it should go about. You just keep doing it. And then once all that is set up, once you have like kind of your sales funnel, your webinar, your VSL, and the mix of your offer and your system, then you can start sending traffic. So some of the best ways, you've heard of them, Facebook ads, fantastic. Traffic drivers, Google ads, we've been using quite a lot. LinkedIn, we've gotten into a little bit. It's more expensive, but the quality of prospects are just, astronomical for a B2B list. You can do email solo drops. You can do SEO, which we've been doing quite a bit of SEO lately, just in terms of having people, just in terms of having basically transcribing these GSD dailies and then dropping them as blog posts and then ranking for a bunch more keyword phrases. So that's, kind of the mix of the traffic coming in. But the thing is, you need to have the sales pipeline built first. You got to have, the website and the sales funnel and all of that built in order to bolt the marketing on to the front side. So, you got to have the sales funnel built, you bolt the marketing on, and then leads start flowing out of the back. Your sales pipeline lights up out of the backside. So you need to copy the sales copy and all that stuff. Now, there's some tools that make the pipeline piece really, really easy. So I'm going to show you some of those. So basically, when somebody comes and they fill out a form and they start the relationship, not start the relationship, but oftentimes they kind of hit a sales page and then they come to this page and then they fill out this form or whatever. There's a couple of things that we do. So the first is whenever somebody fills out this form, we use Zapier to trigger a message to our Slack channel. So I'm just going to log in real quick. I just want to show you this because it's super cool. So here, all right. So if we go into my Zaps, then we're going to look at, so there's two different kind of things that happen. So the first is whenever somebody hits this page and we know their information, then it triggers a message to Slack that says, this person is on our page right now. This is marketing like ninja level shit right here. So hopefully nobody's watching. Yeah, there's a couple people watching. So these are like some of my best tricks. So So inside Zapier, basically how it works is Ontraport, when a lead comes in, on this page into Ontraport, then a Slack message fires. So it says this person is on a page in Slack. Then it adds it to a spreadsheet in Google Drive. So, which is super cool because not only does that let us know, A, who is on the page and when they are on the page, but B, it also lets us know, it tabulates them in a spreadsheet. So we can see how, we can see all of our leads and then we can, scroll down through and say, okay, cool. Now let's look at how this is set up. So there's three pieces to this. Basically, when a form is submitted, and we went through this yesterday. So when we were, kicking through the conditional logic of this form, when this form is submitted, then so new form submission, and that new form submission that's my Ontraport account. Then that form, the title of that form is FQL VSL for fully qualified lead video sales letter ad management application. Then what it does is it sends the data. So that's just some example form data. It sends all that data right over to Slack. And then inside Slack, it sends a private channel message to Slack. And then there's my account here. And then the private channel is this. The message that I receive is new FQL lead ad management, and then I get a readout of the first name, last name, email, and SMS number. So as soon as that lead hits, I don't need to wait for the text message that goes out. I don't need to wait for the email that goes out. I don't need to wait for tomorrow's reporting. It pops up in Slack, and literally I can pick up the phone, which I probably just screwed up my my clarity, but I can pick up the phone and call that person and say, "What's up?" So marketing, like this is like next level marketing automation 101 level stuff. You know what I mean? So this is ninja shit. I literally haven't seen anybody who does this. Not maybe some Fortune 500 companies or whatever, but like I tell people this and they're like, that's nuts, that's crazy. So then after it sends Slack message, then it tabulates that as a spreadsheet. It sends it to Google spreadsheet. It adds another row, and then boom, that entire contact history is there. And then we can take notes on that call. So that's how our pipeline works. Now, so if you remember on this form, once they submit this form, then it goes off to it goes off to Pipedrive. So Pipedrive is the next tool in this mix, pipedrive.com. And this tool it has calendaring. It also has you can see here, it has different stages. So stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. So you can actually see somebody moving through the stages, or your sales guys, and everybody's on the same page about where that person is inside the sales pipeline. Are they in the lead stage, or did they schedule a call, or did they have a call and they're not ready, or are they ready and have been proposed? And we're just waiting on feedback. It also has email marketing in there, so you can fire emails off to these leads. It's pretty cool stuff. There is another one called Pipeline Pro, which is some of my friends. So Pipeline Pro, which is a very similar tool. Pipeline Pro. There we go. So Pipeline Pro, another similar tool that can be used from a sales letter standpoint. Or from a sales pipeline standpoint. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you was not only does it show leads when somebody's coming in, I actually have this other folder called VSL page visits. And what this folder does is if I have data about somebody, if they have signed up as an email address, inside my CRM, and we have that person, basically Entreport tracks, it keeps a hold of. So when somebody comes to doneforyou.com and then they enter their email address or creates a customer record, that customer record then is tagged to them. So if they come back a day later or a week later and they haven't cleared their cookies, then Entreport knows that they came back. And the reason they do that is for recency. So after somebody doesn't do anything with us for, I think it's 60 days, it might be 90 days. But if they don't open an email, they haven't been to the website, they haven't, done anything, then they go in an inactive list. So they don't receive our general emails. So what that does is it means our sender score and our deliverability is always pretty high. It's higher than industry average because we, kind of cut everybody who hasn't engaged with us. So the new leads are obviously on, and they're on until they spend 60 or 90 days, like I said, where they haven't done anything. They haven't opened an email. They haven't come to the website. They haven't interacted with us, in any way. So at that point, they're just going like on a not a blacklist, but on a cold list. Every once in a while, we'll send them an email and kind of try to open them up, get them to open back up and re-engage with us, and sometimes that works. But if they're on the cold list, then they're probably going to be deleted before long. So being that Entreport tracks and Infusionsoft tracks and most of the major CRMs track like recency, being that Entrepreneur Track and recency. When somebody comes to doneforyou.com or any page on doneforyou.com, it basically fires every time a page loads. So if somebody comes to this retargeted sales page and we have their information, then this page is going to load. Entrepreneur is going to know that this page loaded and who did it, because we already have their information. And then what I do is I have that information sent to Slack so I can see who is on the site, on our main pages of our site. And if they're coming back a lot, then I can send them an email. If we have their phone number, I could also call them. I've done that a couple times where somebody keeps coming back to the same page over and over and over, and it pings. It'll ping inside Slack. I'm like, this guy was here 2 days ago, or this guy was here a day ago. Like some email addresses you can just tell, So then I'll pick up the phone and say, hey, you're on the sales funnel page. And they're like, well, are you spying on me? Well, we're kind of a marketing automation company, like it's kind of what we do, kind of. So that's like, the C. If you've ever gotten a call from me from just being on the website, that's why. That's how I should say. So that is just some of the kind of the marketing automation stuff that we end up, getting into. Pipeline Pro, Pipedrive, great sales tools. You can easily manage you can easily do sales pipeline management without them, but they make it very, very easy to keep track of your leads, who's coming in, who's been pitched, and it becomes really, really crucial when you have more than one sales rep. If you are the only person and you're doing 3-4 calls a week, then it's probably not all that big of a deal. But you start growing to the point where you're doing 10, 15, 20 calls. It's really, really easy to forget who you talked to, what you covered, and then where they are in the process. So that is how we do sales pipeline management. Now, it's Friday and we are like 20 minutes in. So I think we're just going to wrap up shop. If you have any questions at all, go to doneforyou.com/GSD and we will get them answered. And if you want to go through and have an action plan done up where we go through your business, talk about your business, we talk about your traffic sources, we talk about your automation, then go to doneforyou.com/start. We will get that up and running, and I will see you soon. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon. All right. Thanks.